Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, February 6th. Hope you're holding strong in this new asset class that is cryptocurrencies. This is, of course, not financial or investment advice. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, also the thumbs up button. Guys, we got some interesting news here, a lot to cover. First is Bitcoin could experience a resurgence of interest on Wall Street. JPMorgan Strategist. Now, as we've talked about before, you have this Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JPMorgan, saying Bitcoin is trash, it's garbage, whatever, don't talk to me about it, right? He's trashed it in the past. Yet we continue to hear news from JPMorgan, from their different analysts and people. If it was so irrelevant, if it was going to zero and not worth their time, why are they talking about it? This is the weird thing that is happening with JPMorgan, and that goes back to what we've been talking about. It's all a smokescreen. They are certainly interested in it because you have the big players on Wall Street like Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Bakkt. All these folks are getting ready to offer services, crypto trading services, many of which start with Bitcoin, right? You also have the big players looking to launch Bitcoin ETFs like the CBOE, VanEck, and so forth. Obviously, NASDAQ will be listing Bitcoin futures this year. So it's just a smokescreen from JPMorgan, and I can imagine that they are acquiring as much as possible. So the idea of the resurgence of interest is actually BS, because we look at the facts and we see straight from the horse's mouth from these other companies that they are launching services. So this is one of those weird articles to make it look as though Wall Street has stepped away from Bitcoin. But in fact, they've been building out, as I just named a bunch of companies there, right? You have even like hedge funds and investment firms like Galaxy Digital. And, I think, what's the name of that firm? Grayscale. They own, I think, 1% of the circulating supply of Bitcoin, guys. You have the Winklevoss twins. There's a lot of movement going on. So another smokescreen article here. And, this guy's saying the stability that we are seeing right now in crypto market is setting the stage for more participation by institutional investors in the future. And sure, there is some truth to that, as the market matures and the on-ramps are built out, the services, the custody services, but he's almost positioning it as though Wall Street is not interested. Wall Street is certainly interested, especially the major players. So interesting article coming out here. And like I said, think about this, right? The CEOs trash Bitcoin and crypto, and they have said many negative things about crypto in the past, and yet we're seeing these little tidbits of information from them saying, oh yeah, it's going to come back, or this is going to happen, from different people at JPMorgan. Now, we can't seem to shake off this Mt. Gox thing since 2014. Oh my gosh, Mt. Gox, man. So we're getting more information here. Mt. Gox trustee sold $500 million worth of Bitcoin in exchanges, says new court evidence. So the trustees apparently sold a ton of Bitcoin last year, and people believe that is part of what crashed the price. However, the trustee, he's denying that it affected the price, and stating that back in March that he did not sell on exchanges, supposedly. But who can, trust this guy? We don't know. But the sale of $500 million worth of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So, but the problem is, he still has more Bitcoin, and he could dump on the market again. So I think if he does dump in this period of time, we could see, like some people predicted, the price of Bitcoin going down to 1,000. Who knows, guys? But this is definitely one of those things that I hate, and it seems to be an ongoing problem until they are out of Bitcoin, or they're down to like a very minimal amount where it won't affect the market if they sell. But guys, this is one of the things I really hate, and hopefully they can get it resolved. But once again, and we've talked about, the movement of the market, it will be a roller coaster ride to the next bull market. But this is one of those things where, man, this guy could dump at any time and drive the price down, right, if he sells a significant amount. But like I said, he's claiming he didn't. He's kind of saying like he did it over the counter, but I don't know who can believe him, because we sometimes see big sell-offs, and it could be from guys like this. So we just can't seem to shake this Mt. Gox thing. But anyway, on to some positive news here. So Abra's blockchain app to let users invest in fractions of stocks and ETFs. So as you guys know, Abra offers cryptocurrency trading and purchasing options. So US-based crypto startup Abra is adding a new feature to its blockchain-based app that will allow global users to buy portions of traditional investment instruments. Announcing the news on Wednesday, Abra said the app will utilize the Bitcoin blockchain and smart contract technologies to support fractional investments in stocks, exchange-traded funds, ETFs. The app already offers investment in 50 fiat currencies and over 30 cryptocurrencies. So here's a quote: "Just as consumers can own a fraction of Bitcoin, they can soon use the Abra to own fractions of high-priced stocks and ETFs." So remember, as we've always talked here, the goal is to position this crypto market, this new asset class, the same way the stock market is, right? Fully regulated, money coming in and out, mass marketing, Wall Street controlling it. That's where we're headed, whether the Bitcoin maximalists or whoever maximalists like it or not. We already see, the major investment banks and so forth are getting in, buying up the crypto, Bitcoin, whatever it is. They've been buying over the counter. So don't let the Bitcoin maximalists who are looking to take down banks or whatever fool you. A lot of them are just BSing and they're just, trust me, they want the price to go up, and many of them will cash out and forget about this whole, trying to take banks down. Trust me, money is going to be a big factor, especially as the value increases over 20,000 for Bitcoin. So we're seeing the merging of crypto and stocks and these other asset classes, just as, for example, DX Exchange, which launched not too long ago. They have their cryptocurrency trading section of their site, but also the digital stocks section of the site. And many other folks are looking to do that, and we're going to see that hybrid collaboration of these or coupling of these different asset classes. And we're also going to see tokenized securities. So obviously tokens for real estate, whatever else, hotels, different things, right? All these things will be listed because we're headed to the token economy. So I'm moving the right direction here for Abra and integrating everything together. And we see, apps like Robinhood, which are traditionally stocks and other services, now offering crypto. So I hope you guys see the future and where we're headed, because a lot of people miss that. They just think, oh my gosh, yeah, pump and dump, my white paper, altcoin, whatever, but they don't see the bigger picture here of what's coming. And that's why that's what, the infrastructure is being built. It's headed to that way. And that's why crypto is not going to die. It's here to stay. And we're seeing big investments being made by big firms. So we have here some news regarding Independent Reserve. You guys may recognize this name. We've talked about it. So they're a leading cryptocurrency exchange, and they're based in Australia. And it says they're going to offer insurance coverage to their clients. That's big, right? Which will be underwritten by the world's leading insurance provider, Lloyd's of London. Independent Reserve says the insurance policy insures against theft or loss of any crypto that is held in the client's trading account, but does not cover any losses resulting from the market volatility or unauthorized access to trading accounts. So this is very big, and we know that the Winklevoss twins, actually, they got approval for insurance. I'm not sure if they've implemented it on Gemini, but I think it's more for their institutional investors. But these are the things, these are the guardrails, these are the services, the bells and whistles that are important to the big money. And guess what? It's important to us too as retail investors, because if your crypto gets hacked, you have the insurance, right? That is great. This is positioning, like I said, crypto in just like the regular markets, right? You have insurance, assurance, security, and so forth, guys. So I think the major items are trading services, custody services, and insurance services. That is going to be so important for the big money and for the growth of this market, for more people to trust, because once they know, hey, this exchange is insured, anything happens, my stuff is safe, guys, that's going to catapult the market, right? Because those things are in place, and people are going to be confident and not worried about losing crypto. Now we got some Coinbase news here, guys. So Coinbase launched Coinbase Earn. Earn crypto while learning about crypto, which is interesting. So you can essentially, they said, discover how specific cryptocurrencies work and get a bit of each currency to try it for yourself. So I think this is a great initiative. And I have my complaints about Coinbase and they're annoying sometimes, but this is smart as hell. And it's like, hey, learn about it and get rewarded for learning about it. So that's really great. And you can start the course and you can get paid out in basic attention token, like $10 of BAT, and also of 0x here. I'm personally a hodler of basic attention token. It is it's solving a real world problem. It does have real world utility where we're seeing it's getting adoption, obviously through the Brave browser, and some sites have already started adopting it. We know many YouTubers like who run YouTube channels and so forth, content creators, have been leveraging it as well. So great move by Coinbase here, guys. And hey, why not, right? Do it, get some free crypto, guys. I'm certainly going to be going through this, and I'll take free crypto any day, because we know right now where the value is, it's so undervalued. Like even coins like basic attention token. So why not? I recommend sharing this with your friends and family and let them learn, right, and earn at the same time. So kudos to Coinbase. Now, also we have some news here that they will add Bitcoin support to Coinbase Wallet app. So United States cryptocurrency exchange wallet Coinbase has added Bitcoin to its Coinbase Wallet app. In August 2018, Coinbase had announced that Toshi, the open source decentralized app browser and wallet developed by Coinbase, will be rebranded to become Coinbase Wallet. As explained by the crypto exchange, Coinbase Wallet is slightly different from the main app, Coinbase or Coinbase.com. With the latter, the cryptocurrencies purchased by the customer and the private keys are stored in Coinbase. With Coinbase Wallet, users store their own crypto protected by their own unique private keys. Hey, that's a great option, because I'm a big advocate of you owning your crypto, having your private keys, putting your crypto on, like, let's say a Ledger Nano S and so forth, right? Don't leave it on the exchange. I know not every hardware wallet supports every crypto, but at least get the majority of it off that are supported. This way it's protected, because just as we're seeing with different cryptos, they're getting hacked, could be shut down by the government. And the owners could be arrested. We just heard about with Canada that supposedly Quadriga CX, the owner, passed away. He was the owner who had access to the cold storage. All that crypto is lost. But there's some controversy around it that he's not really dead, and this is probably a scam. But let's see what comes out. But this app will be rolled out on iOS and Android next week. So shout out to Coinbase for doing this. Also, Coinbase extends a PayPal withdrawal option to 32 European countries. Coinbase customers in the EU and European Free Trade Association countries can now make withdrawals into their PayPal accounts. That's pretty big, and another great option for people to cash out. And kudos to Coinbase. These are great updates. I'm objective. I have to look at the facts. I have to look if it makes sense and look at it from a logical standpoint. And I think this is great. Not only if they would list all the respective top cryptos like XRP, Cardano, and so forth, right? Now, interesting survey from Amazon. And if you guys recall, I did a video about 2 days ago talking about CZ Binance tweeting that Amazon will be eventually forced to create their own crypto, right? We talked about Amazon Coin or Prime Coin, however they would brand it. But they have the customer base. They have the marketplace already set up. It's going to be very easy if they launch a token, right? And they could easily catapult in price because it's Amazon. Well, a survey of customers, who would be comfortable in buying crypto from Amazon, according to the survey, shoppers of e-commerce giant Amazon would like to be able to purchase a wider variety of products, including cryptocurrencies, according to a recent report published by a financial portal investment.com. In the course of the survey, investing.com reportedly surveyed over 1,000 Amazon shoppers in order to discover ordering frequency and trust level customers have in the company. Notably, the survey polled customers on what products they are comfortable buying under an Amazon brand. When asked what kind of products they feel comfortable buying on their Amazon brand, 12.7% of respondents named cryptocurrencies. Go back, let's say 5-6 years ago, right? Would they even be interested? Well, let's just say even 4 years. Would that even be a percentage on this survey? Probably not. Probably even if it was, it's maybe 0 point something percent, right? But cryptocurrency is slowly creeping into mainstream, into our lives, and people are starting to see, buy Bitcoin here or use Bitcoin, and it's on the media and in the news, right? So this is a great sign, guys. And I think Amazon, trust me, as we discussed in that video, they are working on something. We already know they bought the domains Amazon Bitcoin. If you go to amazonbitcoin.com, you get redirected to amazon.com. They've also adopted Ethereum. They're going to roll it out for the blockchain building service. They're using the Hyperledger Fabric and Ethereum. So trust me, they are aware of what's going on here, and I'm sure they're working on something. Jeff Bezos is a smart guy, so I absolutely believe they're working on something. But this is a great sign. Abra adds crypto buying service to Android wallet. So Abra is the browser. I don't know who still uses it, but hey, at least it's some level of adoption. But obviously most people use Google Chrome and Firefox. But Abra now lets Android users buy Ethereum's cryptocurrency directly from its browser-based wallet, announced Wednesday. For the new service, Abra said it has partnered with a regulated crypto brokerage Safello to provide the cash to crypto exchange. The feature allows payments with credit and debit cards along with trusted payment networks, including Swish in Sweden. At launch, Ether purchase is available only in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark, however. Now, maybe there's a big usage of Abra overseas. I personally, I don't see a lot of people in the United States, as far as I know, using it. I think the market share is heavily divided between Google Chrome, and Firefox. So it looks like in these markets, at least, or these countries, Abra is probably used well, maybe from at a higher percentage. But this is continued adoption and a great sign of things to come, right? And we know Samsung, we saw some leaked images of a crypto wallet on the Samsung, I think it's like S10, if I'm not mistaken, where it showed a leak image of Ethereum wallet on there. So, and of course, you can expect that Apple is behind. Now, if Opera is doing this, you can expect that Firefox and Google is working on something for Chrome. So, big things ahead. We just have to be patient, and I hope you guys grasp the bigger picture here, because some people are very focused on price. They're like, hey, good news, why is the price not moving? But it's not that simple. You have to understand that the timeline, we are in the market very early, bull and bear market cycles. You have to understand that. And also a lack of regulatory clarity, right? You just look at BACT is being held up because CFTC approval, the Bitcoin ETFs being held up because of the SEC. Many cryptos that are on the fence of having real businesses, like for example Ripple, XRP being adopted by U.S. banks, they're probably on the whole right now waiting for the Token Taxonomy Act. So there's a lot of things being held up. So you have to look at the bigger picture here, not just price. I think there's a lot of people come in this market, bought some crypto a few months ago and want to be millionaires, and they haven't understand these investment principles, which certainly apply to this market. Now, this market is more volatile, moves a bit faster than, let's say, the traditional markets because it's very young. And you have to understand how early we are. And I always try to use the analogy of, Amazon and Google in the 90s. If you bought their stock or whatever and made an investment, that investment didn't pan out over a couple months or a year. It took a long time. It took years, right? Before Google became the massive giant, before Amazon became the massive giant. We even saw Amazon stock crash. I mean, ridiculously crash, right? And people were writing them off. It crashed in 2000 along with the other dot-com stocks. But it had potential because it was solving a real world problem. It was bringing a solution to people to be able to, obviously buy things online and being a marketplace. and look what the value is now. So you have to have that perspective, guys. When I came into the market, I didn't have that perspective, but I kept researching and learning and realizing that markets do move in cycles, and I have to understand where we are in the timeline. So hope you guys get that. Now, if crypto was, a fad or going to zero, why are banks and governments and all these people looking to build their own? 4 Iranian banks support gold-backed cryptocurrency. 4 banks in the Islamic Republic of Iran have developed a gold-backed cryptocurrency called Payman. Financial news website Financial Tribune reported, according to the article, the crypto asset has been developed in cooperation with the Persian Bank, the Bank Parsargad, Bank Melli Iran, and Bank Melat Iran. Farah Bourse, an over-the-counter cryptocurrency exchange, will reportedly list the new cryptocurrency. So this is interesting. They're creating their own. It's gold back. So very, very interesting stuff happening here. And obviously, I think they're doing this to fight some of the sanctions they've been getting from other countries in the United States. I'm not here to talk about politics and these things, but just what's happening and what doors is cryptocurrency opening up, where is it getting adopted. And it's interesting that they're building their own. We know that Venezuela, I think the petrol is what they call it, that they tried to launch their own, and they're having issues with the rest of the world as well. And let's see how this plays out. But it's interesting. They have cryptocurrency exchanges that are going to list it. So very interesting stuff happening here. Now, LedgerX unveils betting market for 2020's Bitcoin block reward halving. The Bitcoin block reward will be cut in half next year, and soon market watchers can place bets on exactly when the subsidy halving will happen. According to one estimated date, the halving will occur in late May 2020, but the precise time could shift slightly depending on the place of blocks on the network and factors such as variance in miner luck. While not exact at this point in time, LedgerX is giving those who analyze the network a means to bet on when the halving will occur. This is interesting. In a blog post announcing the new product, LedgerX contended that such an offering presents a particular effective hedging instrument for Bitcoin miners. Here's a quote. Bitcoin is unique in that there is a fundamental economic risk that is binary. To give an analogy, imagine you are an oil producer such as ExxonMobil, and now one day in 2020, the number of barrels of oil you extract will go down by half forever. But you're not certain which date that will be. This would materially impact planning for investment and operations. So this is kind of interesting that you can place a bet against it. I don't know who would want to do this, but this is kind of weird. But we do know that a lot of folks are saying because the mining reward will be cut down and so forth, and the scarcity increases, that this is going to help catapult the price of Bitcoin. And I think so too, just given the nature of it now moving to a store of value, digital gold, and you have all these products being built behind it, and physical features, for example, they'll be launched by backed ETFs and so forth. I think the price is going to catapult, guys. That's why I'm personally, this is just me, holding Bitcoin in my portfolio. And I've even showed you guys Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, who has a ton of XRP, we know. He's holding Bitcoin. He said he's long on Bitcoin. He believes Bitcoin has a future in this market, even though it has its weaknesses with the proof of work algorithm. So he said it. I've showed you guys the video. You can go research it. And this is about, and you may ask, well, why is he holding Bitcoin and he's personally being critical of Bitcoin? Because this is about making money, guys. And I hope you see that. And it's not a religious battle for you or, cult thing here, because there's a lot of cultism. There's a lot of maximalists on this crypto and that crypto. Like I said, I like to look at things factually. Does it make sense logically? Does it make sense from a business standpoint? Does it have potential to make me money? And that's why I'm here. I also believe in the technology. Don't get me wrong. And I believe the technology will change our lives. But I'm not one to be like, this is the one coin that's going to rule everything and everything is crap. No, like we just talked about the basic attention token, which serves a unique purpose. XRP serves a unique purpose. Bitcoin is being positioned as a hedge, a store of value, a digital gold, right? Ethereum has its smart contract. It serves a purpose. So you have to see that. I hope you guys have the perspective. It's like going back to the internet.com rise, right? That if one person was like, Google is going to be the only one that's going to win. No, there's eBay's going to come out of it. Amazon's going to be a winner and so forth, right? So the opportunity is here to diversify. I personally believe in diversifying. Now, some Ethereum Classic news, which is very interesting because we know Ethereum Classic suffered a 51% attack. We saw a lot of the mining folks behind it shut down because they didn't have the budget. But Google data scientists are interested in it, and they have added it to their big data analytics platform, BigQuery. They just added support for it, which is very interesting, guys. I didn't see something like this happening. It says this effort will make it easier for technologists to search blockchain for specific pieces of data. The move is one out of many that the ETC community is pushing forward this winter to try to boost the niche cryptocurrency's role in the broader marketplace, where it currently ranks via the Coinbase Crypto Economics Explorer as having less than 1% of its network activity displayed by Bitcoin, just over 3% of the comparable developer benchmarks on GitHub. So I find this super interesting. I'm not sure why they're doing this to include Ethereum Classic, but I guess maybe they're just looking for a diverse amount of data. Now, to be fully transparent, you guys who've been subscribed to this channel, you know I invested in Ethereum Classic when it was low. The reason being, I was looking to make a quick flip. I don't actually believe in Ethereum Classic long term, and I still hold my Ethereum Classic. Why? Because one of the biggest crypto banks or investment firms has a lot of money behind this. So I think they could salvage this project a bit. Let's see what happens, but I am holding on to it just in full transparency. I don't believe it has because of Ethereum is going to be the most ideal platform for doing what it does, like smart contract and so forth, moving forward. So Ethereum Classic, my thought was it's on Coinbase. When the bull run starts, most people won't be able to afford Ethereum, but they'll go to Ethereum Classic, and then I can make a quick flip. Now, I didn't expect a 51% attack, so obviously that was not ideal, and that, of course, is not great for my portfolio. But as you guys have seen, I did not invest a ton of money. I bought, I shared my portfolio, the breakdown. It was a minimal amount, and it was very cheap. So I got some, where I can easily make a quick flip and make some decent profit. But I am still holding on, and this is actually a good sign, because I have it. But I'm not saying you should go invest in Ethereum Classic because it's obviously has a lot of problems and they have to fix it. So there's a risk here, right? So just want to make sure I'm transparent with you guys. So guys, what do you think about this news? A lot of things in motion here, and we know it's the infrastructure stage. And like I said, you got to have the perspective. Those of you who are new, if you're only focused on price, you're missing the other aspect of the building out and what's taking place. And you need to understand where we are in the timeline. And even if you look back historically, we are still up significantly, right? Meaning that higher highs, but higher lows. I think the higher lows tell the true story. What do I mean by higher lows? Higher resistance levels. So each year or so, maybe we have a run up and a correction, right? But the correction goes to a higher support level. So 1 year, the support level, let's say for Bitcoin was, I don't know, $100, and next year it went up to $150 and so forth, right? Incremental growth year over year. And I hope you guys look at the charts. The data is all out there, and it tells a very different story than the current price, because price at the moment can be affected by many different things: market cycle, FUD, just different things, maybe like a Mt. Gox, momentary sell-off or dumping on the market, but that doesn't mean long-term the value won't go back up. And a lot of the hype and speculation has died down, and I think the market overall, people are looking for utility, for actual tangible results of launching and setting up services, right? And I think we're going to get to that point where it's going to change over, and you're going to start seeing, I believe this year, mass marketing around crypto, and we'll see the run up being pushed by institutions. So just my thoughts. What do you guys think? I would love to hear what your opinion, your thoughts, your outlook. So leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.